Namaskar friends, this is NJ, your host on this channel. In this video, we will have our discussion on the upcoming retrograde motion of planet Venus, which on July 23rd, while transiting in the Leo sign within Leo in the Magha Nakshatra, will turn into retrograde motion. The next step is going to be that on August 7th, it will enter the boundary of Cancer in the Ashlesha Nakshatra, being in retrograde motion. And finally, on September 4th, when it will be in the Cancer, in the Ashlesha, within the 18 degrees, it will finally be finishing off its retrograde motion. So guys, as you know that Venus is a very important planet because it represents our relationship. And Venus being in a retrograde motion, that is one red flag. Second thing is that it is going within the signs where it is not very favorable, because Venus do not see Leo or Cancer as its favorable placement. And the third red flag is that it is going to be crossing the Gandanta zone as well, which definitely will give lot of stirring up, lot of churning up in the matters of relationship. And also guys, honestly speaking, you do not find these kind of transit affecting people in whose case, in whose love life, in whose financial dealing, you will find complete clarity. It only creates problem like, let's say for example, you are in a relationship with someone without having any label to that. Or let's say for example, you have been facing lot of difficulties in the relationship, but you are not kind of facing it. You are just kind of postponing it, procrastinating it, or just have that faith that one day thing will get over. So, or like even in those kind of cases where you do not have any closure in the past, like something happened and without getting a closure, you guys parted ways. So these kind of complicated things only come to surface, which are very fated, which are very karmic. And a lot many times they are not very pleasing to us as well, to accept things on surface. So that is the typical flavor or theme of when Venus will turn retrograde during this year. So guys, definitely let's first look at the broader theme of this transit of Venus in the Cancer, where it is going to be retrograde, because majority of the portion it is going to be transiting within the Ashlesha only, where it is going to be retrograde as well. So more than the Leo side of the transit of Venus, I will be majorly putting more emphasis on Venus retrograde in Cancer and within Cancer in the Ashlesha Nakshatra. So okay guys, to begin with, now we have to understand this thing that the graceful side of this retrograde motion of Venus is that within the Cancer or within the boundaries of Ashlesha, Venus will be transiting first from the fourth pada of Ashlesha, which is the exaltation pada of Venus, which is the Pisces Navamsa. After that, it will enter the Aquarius Navamsa. After that, it is going to be Capricorn Navamsa pada as well. So somehow underlying current, if you have to understand, it still have potential and capacity to give you something where not only there is going to be hidden good for you, or there might be some deeply encrypted soul lesson for you as well. So guys, to begin with, you cannot even overlook the chief defining quality of the Ashlesha Nakshatra. Ashlesha somehow is known for carrying too much of the toxicity within it as well. So because of which a lot many times it might also give complications to all those relationships. See guys, I'm actually explaining this retrograde motion of Venus majorly on two planes. One is going to be the matters of love, romance, relationship, marriage, partnership, and second is going to be finance, wealth, luxury, your aspiration. So talking about the matters of the relationship in all those cases, like the way I already mentioned this thing, you are in a relationship with someone without labeling it. It can create a problem. You parted ways with someone without having a closure. That person can suddenly come in your life. And also guys, when we talk about unusuality or even the relationship which generally get formed whenever Venus is in this kind of formation, so I will not be surprised that you see yourself as a very traditional, very orthodox, and suddenly you got attracted towards someone who is completely different from your caste, from your culture, from your religion. There could be all those relationship as well where there is a very wide age gap as well. you might run into someone who has got completely different personality. The person might have a different nationality as well. So all these things could be the flavor of when Venus turns retrograde, and specifically when it is transiting from Cancer and Leo. And also guys, because although Venus in the Cancer, because somehow we have to connect Cancer with the 4th house, Kal Purush Kundali's house. So definitely Venus in the Cancer can give you feel good factor, but over there as well, like the way you know this thing, that at the end of the day Venus is a very important planet for commerce and trade, for networking, for relationship management and all. So a lot many times when just because someone so-called term, someone honey trapped someone seduced someone and take advantage of that person. So Venus being in this kind of zone, transiting from Leo and Cancer, is also very much prone and vulnerable energy of that as well. And a lot many times people who have kind of self-doubting nature, or they are not very happy or contented with their appearances and all. So this is a kind of a typical alignment where people go into extravagant spree. Now, do you actually think that going overboard and buying those expensive things is actually going to make you happy? Or like unnecessary complicating things. You have got a very good provider, very compatible partner, but you just were not satisfied deep within, and you got into affair with someone outside of your relationship. And also guys, a lot many times, so I was talking about that, going for surgeries, going for all those cosmetic procedure which might not be needed as if now, and just trying to not being able to feel contented and looking out for happiness elsewhere in the form of all the Venus in qualities. This could be exotic food, this could be shopping, this could be relationship, this could be alcohol. So Venus in the Cancer in this kind of zone, if in your natal chart your specifically moon is afflicted, 4th house is afflicted, and you're also going through some troubled dasha, like dasha which is very hard on stress, which is very hard on pressure in your domestic life, then this could lead someone towards these kind of unrealistic kind of decision. Because guys, like the way you know that Venus generally does very good either in the earth signs or in the air signs. When we talk about the water sign, definitely Venus gets exalted in the Pisces, but the attributes of Pisces are still a bit different. Because when we talk about Pisces has everything to do with experiencing that unconditional love, sacrificing everything for the sake of love. But just because you cannot overlook this fact that at the end of the day, Pisces is the energy which is being ruled by the most Brahmin or priest planet, which is Jupiter. So there is a lot of tradition, there is a lot of commitment which is attached with the surrender which Venus does in the Pisces. But when we talk about the Cancer, over there a lot many times I already mentioned this thing. Even guys, if you remember, on my this playlist only, I uploaded this video on spirit influence in the relationship. So after that, obviously my intention was not to scare people or just to make videos out of getting more views. I encountered that practical real life case study, and I actually, after taking the consent from the client, I actually wanted to present it to the world that how if you are not very well in control or command of your impulses, your whims, how badly it can affect you. So look at it from, if you have watched that video, look at it from both the perspective. The guy, just because he started getting feelings for the girl, but he did not put a label, so he got the shock, he got betrayed, he got dejected in relationship. And think from the point of view of girl, who after such a long time she had found someone compatible with her. She also did not take the onus of giving label to the relationship, and just because she got distracted, it was a honey trap, she got scammed, she got into that seduction related trap made by some scammer. So not only she lost her money, but she also lost the guy from her life as well. So that is the only reason, guys, it becomes very important that when Venus is in this zone, how you will be acting out in the matters of relationship. Attraction, infatuation, people suddenly coming in your life, unusuality is definitely going to be a theme, but how you will act on it, that is definitely be your free will. And also guys, when we talk about from the matters of close growths or wealth or like your aspiration. So regarding that front, definitely if you are a Libra Lagna, you are a Taurus Lagna, or this sign falls in your 10th house like Libra or Taurus, or you're going through Venus Dasha as well, Venus is right now active in your Dasha, then definitely guys, this will be a time of lot of introspection in the matters of your finances, in the matters of your career moves. It can suddenly make you go viral, it can actually make you eligible enough for opportunities as well. And because guys, you have to understand this thing, Venus, Mercury, these are very quick moving planets. So whatsoever window of opportunity opens in these kind of times, you have to be very quick to act on them. And also guys, when it comes down to making expensive purchases like of vehicle, of house, redecorating your home, expensive travels, so I would say that just give it some time, ponder over it. Do you actually need it? How important it is for you to get it? So just be very careful, very watchful, specifically in the matters of indulging in luxury. But when it comes down to your career aspirations, and if Venus is in a driving seat right now, then this could be a time of growth, opportunity, introspection, some more clarity. So yes guys, this was my basic overview of how to look at this transit of Venus in a retrograde motion. Now let's try to have a look at how all the lagnas are going to be getting influenced with this long retrograde motion of Venus within the boundaries of Leo, but major time being spent in Cancer, within Cancer in the Ashlesha Nakshatra. So guys, starting first with the Aries Lagna natives. So definitely guys, in your case, Venus is a very important planet. It has got the rulership over your wealth, your finances, your commercial opportunities, the matters of relationship. So guys, definitely when we talk about some past relationship coming on surface or touching your heart, that could actually happen during this time. But the concern over here is that the kind of combination which Venus is making right now, you know that the practical and realistic decisions are not made from your feelings or from your emotions. So how realistic or how practical for you is to let that person back in your life, or just act very bohemia and romantic, the first person approaches you. So regarding those front, some practical realistic approach needs to be taken. And definitely guys, a lot will be dependent on that in your natal chart, where moon is placed, your 4th house lord is placed, and which planetary dasha you are going through. But definitely guys, so in the matters of relationship, there will be a lot of connection or encounters which will touch your heart for sure. This could be some past affair coming on surface, or running into someone new as well, where there will be a very immediate connection. Now when we talk about the material point of view, so definitely guys, Venus in your case has got everything to do with the wealth, commercial opportunities, royal public favor and all. So for all those people who have missed out on some big opportunity in the past, that still can resurface, and also a very good time for redecorating your home or doing some interior decor of your home, and also for making some expensive luxury purchases and all. This could be a good time for that. You will feel good. Eventually, it is a feel good time for the Aries Lagna natives. Now guys, for all the Taurus Lagna natives, so guys, in your case, definitely Venus becomes your ascendant lord, and it is going to be getting retrograde in your like majorly it is going to be staying retrograde in your 3rd house. So guys, as you know that 3rd house has got a lot to do with the opportunities. 3rd house has also a lot to do with how you exert yourself, or what are your leadership style is, how you make your move. Are you very affirmative? Are you a very confident person? Are you very diplomatic? Are you very submissive? Are you very polite? So I would say guys that this could be good for reworking on any of your business aspiration. Also for all those people who are expecting any investment, any funding and all, this could be a very good time. And also guys, let's say for example, because 3rd house also tells about marketing. So this could be whether you want to market yourself, or you're working as a marketer in any of the firm. But the good part over here is that if lately you have realized that your marketing style is not striking a chord with your audience and you want to make a shift over there. So this could be a very good time for that as well. Regarding the matters of relationship, because third house somehow also tells about our friends, casual flirting is also something which we see from the third house as well. So regarding the travel point of view, this could be a good time. Travels will definitely be very much close to your heart. It will touch you. You will be able to gather some very good memories as well. But when we talk about the matters of relationship, this is creating more of an energy of casual, flirtatious energy rather than running into someone with a deep commitment and with a deep kind of bond. So regarding meeting new people, getting attracted to someone, or being introduced to someone, regarding that front, it is still a good energy for all the Taurus Lagna natives. Now guys, for all the Gemini Lagna natives, so guys, in your case, as you can see that Venus has got the rulership over your 12th house, and it has also got the rulership over your 5th house, and it is going to be staying retrograde majorly in your 2nd house. So definitely guys, for anything to do with the financial opportunity, this could be a good time for you. During this time, I would say that if you are in the fields of art, entertainment, creativity, because guys, you know that entertainment business is not as streamlined as any IT, HR or finance businesses. Basis your market worth, people negotiate a lot. You know that which happens with the A-list of the actors and all. So regarding all those things, like if you have to negotiate your contract, negotiate your agent, or do some experiments in your offering or within the contract, if you are in that art and creative field, this could be a very good time for that. You might not even expect the kind of offer will be made to you, or offer which you cannot reject. And also guys, when we talk about in the matters of relationship as well, the energy is very positive, because you know that 5th house in a way tells about our love and romance, and also because 12th house energy is also is with the Venus. So let's say for example, you had some brief stint, you have some brief romantic encounter with someone in the past, and the person got, I don't know whether the person ghosted you out or the person got lost with the time. Suddenly people coming on surface, making a connection with you or reappearing in the life can also be a theme when Venus is going to be turning retrograde or majorly staying retrograde in your 2nd house. Like the way guys, I always say this thing that 2nd house also tells about what is more valuable to us, our values, our ethics, our integrity, all of that we see from the 2nd house. So definitely someone who will enter your life might be very closely connected with your tradition, with your roots, or there might be a lot of overlapping common interest as well. So all that can be foreseen with this retrograde stay of Venus in your 2nd house. Now guys, for all the Cancer Lagna natives, so definitely guys, in your case, as you can see that Venus is a very important planet. It has got the rulership over your 4th house, and it has also got the rulership over your 11th house as well, and it is going to be staying retrograde in your 1st house in Ashlesha Nakshatra for a major span of time. So definitely guys, for any sort of opportunities point of view, this is a very good time, and also like attracting all those friends, all those connections which have been lost with the passage of time can also be anticipated, that they can reappear in your life. Also guys, because Mars in any case is a Yoga Karaka planet for you, Mars is already transiting in your 2nd house of Dhan Bhava, and over and above that 4th house and 11th house Lord being in the 1st house, retrograde, more potent, more powerful. It's also very good energy, like whether you want to redecorate your house or if you are professionally working as a realtor, this is a golden time for you. So yes guys, overall it's a very happiness giving time, and also lot of introspection, lot of I would say retrospect. You will retrospect a lot, like in the past, all those people. And also because this is a kind of a typical transit where even if new people will enter your life, you will be comparing them with the kind of experience you had with the within the similar relationship in the past. So let's say for example, you have been out of relationship for a while. Now suddenly if you go on a date, you will be making a lot of comparison with the ex with the new person. Or let's say for example, there's a new person who has joined your team, but the guy who used to work there before, new person, you might be comparing him with the previous one. So a lot of comparison is going to be happening within your mind. But overall guys, it's a very good auspicious, and Venus is a feel good factor planet. Venus is a planet of charisma, elegance, magnetism. So a lot of magnetism going over there in your first house. Try to make the best use out of it. Now guys, for all the Leo Lagna natives. So guys, in your case, as you can see that Venus becomes a very important planet for you, and it has got the rulership over your 3rd house and the 10th house, and it is going to be staying in a retrograde motion for a longer span of time in your 12th house. So guys, first of all, for any of the overseas opportunity which got skipped, which got missed at the last minute, can be reclaimed during this time when Venus is going to be turning retrograde in your 12th house. Also guys, nothing would be better than that if you're already in a foreign land, like because of the nature of work or something, or during this time, even if you will take some overseas travel, you will gain a lot from that experience for sure. Now guys, when we talk about the matters of relationship and all, regarding over there, it's a red flag, because you know that they're like, this is how the astrology works. Like even for like when I'm doing a consultation for someone, unless and until I'm not getting a validation from multiple areas, I never land to a concrete affirmative conclusion in the form of prediction. Same way, 12th house in any case has got a lot of energy of secrecy, hidden energy, and Gandanta energy. Venus will be crossing from that zone. So like there could be a lot of people or who will be suddenly being resentful, secretly resentful of you behind the scene. And also guys, even during this time, if you will be introduced to someone, like the way guys, I have already mentioned this thing, that Venus in Cancer, in Ashlesha, in a retrograde motion, Ashlesha has got a lot of kind of toxicity attached to it. So it is good time for let go. But for in order to let a new relationship enter your life, over there has to be a lot of caution, lot of care. So do not be like this, because a lot many times what happen is that you are earnestly waiting to be hitched, you are earnestly waiting to be engaged, and the very first person, the very first proposal which comes to you, you just jumped onto that. So don't be with that mindset. But again, let's say for example, you have been carrying a lot of baggage of the past relationship, or even for letting go of anything in the matters of relationship, it's a good energy. Let's say for example, your relationship has become a burden, you're just carrying it like a dead body on your shoulder for a long span of time. So letting go of that relationship, letting go of that bondage, letting go of that resentment, guilt and suffering, and unnecessary responsibility and pressure of other person's problem. So for all of that, for getting rid of all those toxicity in the name of relationship, this could be a very good time for you. Also guys, whatever you communicate, whatever you email, it becomes very important. Wheresoever you go, sign any contract, make any alliance, be very cautious, be very careful. Things might not be looking and coming out as real as they otherwise would be, because you know that Venus people can be at times very trusting, because there is a lot of trust, there is a lot of love, there is a lot of passion and charm and trust in the goodness of the world. So do not get mistaken or being taken advantage of your good nature. And yes guys, any of the contracts, agreement done during this time, do that carefully. That is all what I can say for the Leo Lagna natives. Now guys, for all the Virgo Lagna natives, so guys, definitely in your case, Venus is a very important planet, like rather I would say 2nd house of finances, and also 9th house of your luck, your fortune. And Venus is going to be turning retrograde in your 11th house. It's one of the best transit for the Virgo Lagna natives. So definitely guys, in the matters of relationship as well, like let's say for example, you have been single for long, because guys, in your case, your 7th house lord is right now transiting in the 8th house. So when we talk about people who are looking forward to any traditional arranged marriage, matrimonial alliances and all, so over there, till the time Jupiter will not be out of the clutches of Rahu, either Jupiter should go out of the 8th house or at least be away from Rahu. There will definitely be a question mark, there will definitely be some or other problem. But when we talk about in the Western countries, or where you just don't want to be single, you are looking for a partner, you're looking for a companion. So regarding all that front, this could be a very good energy for attracting those relationship in your life, which will be very harmonizing. Second thing is that, guys, even in the matters of financial opportunities and all, this could be a very favorable time of Venus being there in your 11th house. All the opportunities which got lost in the past, or all those important contacts or important people, you lost the touch with them, you lost the connection with them, so you'll be able to regain that degree of intimacy, connection, good faith, good trust of those people. So overall, guys, for the Virgo Lagna natives, I only have good things to say, and there is a lot of new opportunities, people from the past. And also, guys, because in your case, for other Lagnas, this could be a matter of concern, like the same thing which I mentioned for the Leo Lagna natives. But in your case, luck and circumstances, whatsoever people it will bring in your life, somehow it will be fated. Your free will not work as much, but they will have some good things to give to you. There must be something good hidden for you, encrypted for you. That is all what I can say for the Virgo Lagna natives. Now, guys, for all the Libra Lagna natives, so guys, in your case, it is the transit of your ascendant lord turning retrograde in your 10th house, majorly spending time in your 10th house. So definitely, guys, I only have good things to say. Definitely you will be able to impress people at your work front with your good negotiation skills, with your good debating skills, and in any way, if impressing people, giving presentation, travels, if that is an integral part of your line of work, so you'll be able to definitely create a difference. Also, guys, because in your case, Venus has also got the rulership over your 8th house as well. So definitely there will be unpredictable situations and circumstances which you have to deal with, because we cannot even overlook this fact that Venus is transiting in the Cancer in your 10th house, but it is not a very favorable sign placement for it, and also going through Gandanta, being in retrograde and carrying the energy of 8th house. So definitely there will be those unpredictable circumstances and situation which you have to go through, but you will win over it. It will end up giving you more and more benefit and more opportunities only. And also, guys, in the past, if you have lost touch with some important people, important connections, with your ex-bosses who can actually now help you in your current nature of work, in your job profile, give some reference, give some leads, so all that can be anticipated. So overall, guys, for the Libra Lagna natives, it is a very good time for making your dreams come into reality, putting your hard work, and universe and circumstances will definitely provide you the best support. Now, guys, for all the Scorpio Lagna natives, so guys, in your case, as you can see that Venus has got the rulership over your 12th house and the 7th house, and it is going to be turning retrograde and spending major time in your 9th house in the Cancer in the Ashlesha Nakshatra. So guys, as you know this thing that when we talk about the 9th house, there is a lot of positivity attached to it. This is the actual house of divinity, which has the power to overcome any of the difficulty. So there is a higher chance that whomsoever people you will run into during this time, they will definitely inspire you. And in lot many cases, it will be helpful that, let's say for example, you have lost your motivation, you have lost your path, you have lost in between whatever goal you have set for yourself. You have been working hard lately, because of all the rejection, you lost the drive and motivation. So definitely this retrograde motion of Venus in your 9th house in the Ashlesha will be a very supportive energy for that as well. And also, guys, also in the matters of relationship as well. So here we are not only talking about the guide, the guru, or the teachers. Here we are also talking about your 7th house energy, the intimate relationship as well. So like, let's say for example, if in the past there has been some parting ways with a loved one where you did not get a closure, so suddenly getting that closure or running into people or establishing some new connection, guys, one thing is for sure, that whatsoever will happen in your life in the name of relationship, it will be very uplifting for you. And like the way I have already mentioned this thing at the beginning of this video, Venus in retrograde in the Gandanta, in the Cancer, in the Leo boundaries, it majorly is only going to be affecting those people where there are those loopholes in the clarity of the relationship, like you are being with someone without giving a label to that relationship, or let's say for example, you are in a very toxic relationship, just enduring it for the sake of keeping the relationship intact. So in whichever way, if there are any flaws in your existing relationship in whatsoever shape or form, whatever will happen during this time, it will be good for you, it will be uplifting for you. That can be said with confidence. And also guys, even like I will not be surprised that if you guys will run into someone, if you are single, you will run into someone or suddenly being attracted or being with someone who is of different culture as well, or finding someone while on a travel. So all those things can be anticipated, but overall it's a very uplifting retrograde energy of Venus for all the Scorpio Lagna natives. Now guys, for all the Sagittarius Lagna natives, so guys, in your case, in any case, Venus is not a very auspicious planet for Lagna because of the rulership over your 11th house and the 6th house, and it is going to be turning retrograde or staying majority of the time in your 8th house in the Ashlesha Nakshatra. So yes guys, you have to be very careful during this time, the way you behave in any social circle, social setting, or even at the work front as well. People might be trying to take advantage of you. You might be a victim of office politics, lot of backstabbing. And also guys, all those people who are pretending to be your friend, who are pretending to be giving you favor, you have to get deeper into that. Is there some secret vendetta, or is there some secret kind of underlying nefarious intention they have? So guys, in your case, it has more to do with the caution. And guys, as you know that the way I mentioned this thing at the beginning of this video, that the karmic side of the retrograde motion of Venus, because of being transiting from the Gandanta zone. So be very careful the kind of people you run into during this time. And also guys, see, I'm a very positive person. I don't want to be the one to bring the bad news, but a lot many times this is also energy where the karmic retribution or karmic energy completes a full circle. So you hurt someone, you betrayed someone. So like the way for certain Lagnas, I mentioned this thing that some unfinished business from the past might resurface. So in your case, with the kind of role which Venus plays, the house where it is going retrograde, it has more to do with the toxicity which you might have ended up giving to someone might be coming back to you. Now again, it might have happened unintentionally by you. Sometimes being in your job, living in a society, we have to take up some harsh decision. So just kind of make yourself firm and strong enough that whatsoever will come out in the form of people behaving around you or people from the past coming in your life, so how you should remain calm and poised when Venus is in this kind of state. Also guys, like the way I already mentioned this thing, that all those opportunities, all those proposals which come to you, and also even acting out majorly in the domain of Venus, which is about wealth, which is about love, which is about luxury, which is about connections and friends. So be very careful, like you do not want to go over the overboard in order to give favor to someone or help someone and end up getting into a problem or being embroiled in other person's mess. So be very careful, be very cautious, be very careful. That is the word for the Sagittarius Lagna natives. Now guys, for all the Capricorn Lagna natives, so guys, in your case, definitely Venus is a very, very auspicious planet. It is a Yokaraka planet for you guys, and it is going to be turning retrograde in a very, like it will be majorly spending in a retrograde motion in the Ashlesha Nakshatra in your 7th house, which is a very, very good energy. So whether we talk about from the commercial point of view, lot many opportunities, even rather I would say not only the fresh opportunities, but some of the opportunities missed in the past might also resurface. Also guys, people connected with art, entertainment, media, a very glamorous, very good time for them. And also guys, in the matters of relationship, some very strong churning up is on the cards for you, which will be for your good. Now mind it, it will be for your good, because guys, in any case, your ascendant lord is also right now transiting in a retrograde motion in the 2nd house. Might have created a lot of friction, lot of resistance in your family setting, in the matters of finances. So this entry and this retrograde motion of Venus in the 7th house will be a closure, will be a clarity over there in the matters of relationship, in the matters of finances. And also guys, I will not be surprised if suddenly someone from the past with whom you have some unfinished business, or some sort of you did not get a closure, you were not able to understand the perspective of the other person, you were just in a rush to give a closure to the relationship, or a new relationship can also churn out during this time, which will be very fulfilling, where there will be deeper sense of commitment and dissatisfaction. So overall guys, for the Capricorn Lagna, like rather I would say after the Virgo Lagna natives, I would say this is one of the best transit of Venus in a retrograde motion for you guys. So try to make the best use out of it. Also guys, for the students, even in the matters of speculation as well, some of the past investments can also give you good returns, good dividends during this time when Venus is going to be staying retrograde in your 7th house. Now guys, for all the Aquarius Lagna natives, so guys, in your case, as you can see that Venus has got the rulership over your 4th house and the 9th house, becoming a Yogaraka planet, and it is going to be staying in a retrograde motion for a major span of time in your 6th house in the Ashlesha Nakshatra. So guys, as you can see that this is not a very harmonious energy, because whether in the original Karpurush Kundli as well, Venus in the 6th house has to endure the burden of responsibilities, pressure of responsibilities. Venus is already going through from a karmic zone, Gandanta zone, in a retrograde motion in a sign which is not very friendly to it. So it just points at a lot many things. Like for example guys, when we talk about anything to do pertaining to the matters of loan, you have to be very cautious, you have to be very careful. It's not only that you have to refrain from taking a loan for yourself, but many times I've seen people end up becoming a guarantor of other people, and other person's default, other person's fault makes these people liable or put them into trouble. So any of those kind of commitment, any of those help, any of those favors, you have to give very carefully. Guys, in the matters of your line of work, I'm not seeing you guys very vulnerable over there. Whatsoever churning up will happen during this time, because at the end of the day, Venus has got the rulership over some very auspicious, important house for your Lagna, which is the 9th house of your luck. So I would say that there will be difficulties which will drain you off. You might also feel betrayed or pressured by your colleagues, by your teammates as well, but there will definitely be something positive hidden for you at the end, because it's the Lord of your 9th house. Divinity is bringing these churning up in your life. It is only putting you in that back and forth in the matters of your line of work. So yes guys, lot of introspection, lot of turning back, and also in your line of work as well, some of the lost opportunity in the past, or let's say for example, you were mean to any of your junior, subordinate, or you did not fulfill your responsibilities, you lacked on giving that good first impression to your teammates. So you might get a chance to rework in all these areas as well. But only thing is that guys, when it comes down to the matters of credit, when it comes down to the matters of loan and all, over there you have to be very cautious, you have to be very careful. Now guys, for all the Pisces Lagna natives, so guys, in your case, Venus is not a very favorable planet because of the rulership over your 3rd house and your 8th house, and it is going to be staying retrograde in a major portion of time in your 5th house in the Ashlesha Nakshatra. So guys, one thing is for sure, that in the matters of your relationship or love and romance, there will be strong karmic and fated events you have to endure, you have to go through, where you will not have much of a say. Like suddenly you are dating someone and a strong like secret of this person got revealed to you, or you had some past unfinished business with someone and that person suddenly reappeared in your life. So yes guys, events are a lot will be dependent on the condition of the your 5th house lord, moon in your natal chart, how Venus is placed in your natal chart, and what kind of dashas are currently operating. But guys, when we talk about for people who are connected with the art, entertainment, creativity, it could be a very good time for you. Like the way you know this thing, that for artists, any sort of pain, any sort of betrayal, they know how to make use of that pain, that betrayal, to put that in their craft, in their work. And also guys, for the students as well, definitely if in your line of work, there's a lot of research, long working hours is required, this retrograde motion of Venus might help you, might benefit you. So yes guys, this is how it is going to be turning out. The only thing is that when it comes down to the matters of speculation, people heavily invested in stock market speculation, because guys, you have to understand this thing. In your case, your 2nd house, the house of your finances, is already under the Guru Chandal Yoga with Rahu and Jupiter over there, and this 8th house, 3rd house energy being in a retrograde, going through the Gandanta zone from the 5th house, any of the investments you will make during this time, you have to be very careful, you have to be very cautious. So yes guys, this is something which I wanted to say as a part of my inputs. For further more updates and notifications on the divine science of Vedic astrology, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and like my Facebook page. Dhanyavad. you.